Hi friends. In this video, we will see an overview on what is Perceptron along with a working example. Before Perceptron, we should know about what is artificial neural network. An artificial neural network is a type of machine learning model inspired by the structure and function of the human brain. ANNs consist of layers of interconnected neurons, which process and transmit information. They can be trained to perform a variety of tasks, such as image classification, speech recognition, and natural language processing. ANNs are particularly useful for tasks that involve large amounts of unstructured or semi-structured data, such as images or text. A perceptron is a type of artificial neural network that is composed of a single layer of neurons. It was developed in the 1950s and 1960s as a way to simulate the behavior of biological neurons. The perceptron takes one or more inputs, applies a set of weights to them, and then uses an activation function to produce a single output. A perceptron can be used for binary classification problems, where the goal is to separate the input data into two classes. The perceptron algorithm finds the best set of weights that can separate the data into two classes by minimizing an error function. It's important to note that a single perceptron is only capable of solving linearly separable problems. Now, I will show you the perceptron learning algorithm implementation for logical AND gate. In this Python script, we are using NumPy library to do all array math operations like dot product. We are having two functions, activation function, as well as the perceptron function, which will give the activation value based on the dot product of the inputs and its corresponding weights. We are defining the inputs. In this case, the inputs are two-dimensional array with possible values for two input AND gate. The output array is the expected AND gate output for the corresponding input. We are defining weights array with initial values as 0.0 for both input nodes. The learning rate is nothing but the value by which we can change the weights for the next iteration if the current iteration does not give us expected output. Our goal in the perceptron learning algorithm is to find the final weights, which will give us expected output for the AND gate. In the while loop, for each of the four inputs, we are calculating the output of perceptron function, which is the activation function applied on the dot product of inputs and weights. We are adding the outputs of all four inputs to an array. We are checking the difference between the expected output and actual output. Ideally, it should be 0. We are updating the weights with this formula. It will keep the weights same if the error value is 0. Outside of the for loop, we are checking whether the actual output array equals to the expected output array. If both are equal, then those are the final weights and the while loop can be stopped, else we are continuing with the while loop with the updated weights value. I am running the script. Here in output we got the final weights for two input AND gate logic. In the next cell, I am using the final weights and all four inputs for the AND gate to the perceptron function in each print statement. I am executing this cell and I am getting the expected output for the AND gate. I have attached the link to the final Jupyter notebook file in the description. Thanks for watching the video. Do hit the like button and subscribe the channel so that you will get similar videos in future.